Our story opens in Battery Park, New York, with Jakeem Thunder and Stargirl at the headquarters of the Justice Society of America. They're talking about getting a room for Jakeem Thunder.
Well, what about that one?
Taken?
Who?
Citizen Steel?
That one?
Starman?
What about?
Amazing Man? Wildcat, the old Superman? Everman and Liberty Bell? I think we put Judo Master in there. Jakeem Thunder is frustrated and Stargirl tries to calm him down.
Star, I thought you were gonna save a good room for me.
Well, I didn't know there'd be so many of us. Heck, I can barely fit at the mating table anymore.
I get the society thinks the world needs better good guys, so the JSA is gonna help make it. But enough is enough, this team is too damn big. Me and the Thunderbolt are vets.
Jakeem Thunder becomes so enraged that he storms into a room.
Whoever's in this room is stepping on out.
When the door opened, a girl called Jennifer was inside the room. Stargirl introduced her to Jakeem Thunder. Jakeem Thunder, meet Black Lightning's youngest daughter, Jennifer. That's when Jennifer noticed her father putting the TV inside a box. Oh, come on, not the TV too, Dad.
You know what happens when you touch anything electric, Jenny? What happens?
She shorts out every fuse within 100 yards. Jennifer complains about not being able to watch TV and checks her emails and phone calls. Her mother decides to support her. Chef, let her try to make some new friends. She has enough trouble as it is.
Okay, the television stays, but Mr. Terrific's got a lot of experimental and expensive technology in the brownstone, so hands off. You too, Romeo?
The following scene begins with Dr. Midnight examining Mr. America while Liberty Bell stands by them. His clothing is damaged and he appears to have been in a fight. Mr. Terrific and Everman are in the background. I only wish Everman and I had been on your trail a few minutes earlier, Mr. America. We could have accompanied you to the crime scene. Maybe saved you a few broken ribs.
They aren't broken, only bruised, but thanks for the thoughts, Bell.
Mr. Terrific and Everman were deep in discussion over the deaths of Superman criminals.
Goth was found with a hole blown through his chest. A few days later, so was Chroma, then the new Olympians.
Yeah, so all the dead were superhuman criminals posing as gods. Mr. America chose to join in the conversation.
We're dealing with someone overtaken by a messianic complex. He believes his purpose in life is to destroy false gods.
And you saw? What are the papers calling? The Heartbreak Slayer?
I tried to stop him. Guess what? Power Staff beats Whip.
He continued.
When I escaped, I heard him yell, "It's in the name of God!" as it echoed through the tunnels. I realized this maniac wasn't saying God, he was saying Gog. Does Gog mean anything to any of you?
It means a lot. Earth 22 Superman and Power Girl enter the room. Mr. Terrific displays the image of a creature.
That's him! That's Gog!
Do you know him, Cal? Gog and Magog?
No, though there was someone on my Earth who wore armor similar to that, Magog.
Who are Gog and Magog?
It depends on what religion you subscribe to, Rick. Gog and Magog are mentioned in the Old and the New Testament, Judaism, the Quran. There is a version of them in Hinduism, in Celtic and Irish mythology. Another myth even says Gog and Magog were giants who protected London.
He continued.
I'm most familiar with them from my own Catholic studies. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosened out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Book of Revelation 20:7.
Are Gog and Magog people or places?
A bit of both. Power Girl and the Book of Revelation, they represent two nations that go to war.
On my Earth, Magog claims his powers were given to him by a being named Gog. He was the last god of the third world, whatever that meant.
The last god of the third world?
Magog was Gog's legacy like you are your mother's. Jesse and Michael Howitt is Terry Sloane's. Gog begat Magog.
The Gog on our Earth isn't a god from the third world. His real name is William Matthews. He was born in Chicago. Became a missionary in Africa. One day he vanished. Matthews reappeared wearing the armor, wielding that staff and calling himself Gog. He attacked Superman over a year ago.
Why?
I don't know. I'll go ask Superman.
Earth 22 Superman said while looking at the image of Gog. The following scene, Earth 22 flying in search of Superman is Superman. He muses over his history while traveling. A picture book of a metropolis in his attic when he was 10 comes to his mind. Years passed as he was enthralled with its wonders.
They called it the City of Tomorrow. I called it the City of My Tomorrow, until it all went so horribly wrong.
The noises in the distance cut him off. It appears to be a dialogue between Olsen and his supervisor on the Daily Planet. Olsen is seen rushing behind his boss Jimmy in the following scene.
Well, how many other guys get you these kinds of Superman shots and nearly get themselves killed while doing it? You're as bad as Lewis when it comes to you-know-who? Finally got one in focus. Superman doesn't give interview to anyone but Lewis, and he doesn't stop for pictures for anyone but me. Alright.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is big news, Chief. Got a tip from Washington that Luthor wasn't transferred to Blackgate. He was transferred to some kind of secret prison, along with a few dozen others.
That's good. Keep it up, Lane.
I thought I'd be ready to see her again. The last time I went to the Daily Planet, I was too late. My friends were dead, and Lewis...
Earth 22 Superman buried his face with one hand as his thoughts made him feel very depressed.
Are you spying on my wife?
They had a talk, and the Earth 22 Superman inquired about Gog from the new Superman.
Gog attacked me well over a year ago, out of nowhere.
He claimed he was from the future. He said he was the only survivor of a nuclear explosion in Kansas. I failed to stop. After Gog appeared, well, I've dealt with people from the future, as you probably already know, so I checked out. Batman looked into his background. He found out Gog's real name was William Matthews. Gog wasn't from the future, he was just deeply disturbed. He says he witnessed Kansas' destruction was all in his head. Maybe not, I don't know how it would be possible, but I think this William Matthews caught a glimpse of my Earth, my past. And he took it for his own. He fabricated a new life inside his own mind, a new kingdom on my Earth. I did fail Kansas, and my wife, Lois, she was murdered by the Joker. I arrested the Joker before his trial. A man named Magog killed him. The people celebrated. Then the other heroes of the new generation followed Magog's example. Magog influenced them there as much as the Justice Society does here. Right now, your Gog is hunting and killing anyone he believes is a false god. But less than a decade from now, he's not stopped. Gog will choose a successor.
Their talk was cut short when he heard a distant voice exclaim, "I'm a god!" And the New Earth Superman didn't seem to hear it. The Earth 22 Superman claims that the wailing is coming from Gotham. So they both fly to investigate. When they arrive, they discover that Hercules is battling a superhero dubbed Gog. It is obvious that Hercules is losing.
Who is that?
It's Hercules!
Hercules?
It's the Greek god. He had a run-in with Wonder Woman recently. But as both Supermans try to help Hercules get back on his feet, Hercules stands up and punches on the New Earth Superman.
You dare touch me, Superman?
I plan on washing my hands afterwards.
Do not mock me, mortal.
Hercules is clearly unhappy after he lost his struggle against Gog. So he tries to vent his wrath on the New Earth Superman, seizing him and bashing him against the wall. The Earth 22 Superman stands back, taking stock of the situation, but Hercules decides to assault him too.
I'm Hercules.
However, Earth 22 Superman is able to survive the identical attack that easily knocked the New Earth Superman away. Undaunted, Hercules attempts to attack again, but Earth 22 Superman easily grabs his fist with one hand, removes his golden tunic, and delivers a flying punch. The New Earth Superman captures Hercules and smashes him into a big statue at high speed, leaving Hercules stunned. Hercules is unable to get up, so they leave him alone.
Gog's still inside.
But before they could catch him, Gog teleported away. There is the Earth 22 Superman discovers particles of volcanic ash. He couldn't identify it, but he is confident the Justice Society will. The following scenes depict the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where Gog is transported.
The gods who walk the world will not save it. I will blow their weak hearts from their chests. I will pave the way for the return of Earth's only savior in these terrible times.
Gog knelt before a statue.
In the name of God, there will be no others.